Hey everyone, welcome to the Firefighters Global Consulting Behind the Smoke podcast. This podcast operates wholly independently of any specific fire department, union, or municipality. This podcast is intended to provide information, education, and hopefully even entertainment for some of our listeners, and is provided in our personal capacities and does not reflect the official policies, procedures, or views of any specific fire department, union, or municipality. Furthermore, no official department resources, equipment, or on-duty time are utilized in the operation of this business or the making of this podcast. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy it.
And we're back.
We're back. We're back. Yeah.
First time together, actually.
Yeah, man. I missed you.
Yeah, likewise.
It's been too long.
It's been too long. Yeah, we'll see each other again tomorrow morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right there at 7 a.m.
Yeah. I'll be there at 6:30 because I'm a good fireman, but if you want to show up right at 7, that's
Yeah, maybe not. Depends how the carpool goes.
yeah. Right on, buddy. Yeah, it's good to have you on the team, and yeah, actually doing a podcast together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. First one down with Adamo, now with you.
Yeah, that was a good one. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, good banter.
Yeah.
Hopefully the listeners think the same. I think they would. You're an amicable guy.
Yeah. Like what I was saying, like got the face for radio, but
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right on. Adamo, for you guys listening, can't be with us now or for the next probably 6 to 8 weeks.
yeah, probably about that.
Shattered his ankle. So, yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So, it'll just be the two of us for the next few weeks while he recovers and does nothing
Yeah.
like usual. No,
I was
but
gonna say what else is new?
yeah, buddy. So today, this was actually a question we got a lot from some of our listeners, clients, people online. Basically, like, where should I volunteer? Right?
Yeah.
Aspiring firefighters, just wondering where they should volunteer. So today's episode, does volunteering actually improve your panel interview skills? That's another thing we're gonna go into. What do you think? Where did you volunteer before the job?
Oof. I started volunteering like I think a lot of people like coaching sports, like
Yeah.
yeah, so playing a lot of hockey and then aged out 20 years old like everyone else from minor hockey and
Mhm.
yeah, started giving back there and I coached for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but in like the time I was doing that, I was volunteering other places, right? Like volunteer firefighter
Yeah.
where we first met.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one, good experience there. And then ended up taking over the charitable society there.
Right.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
And I was doing Canuck Place like every other weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, lots of things, and yeah, doing it for a long time as well, right? It wasn't just like a one-shot deal. So basically, what we're gonna go through today is like we have written down 4 points. Well, you actually wrote it down. It looks really nice.
It surprises a lot of people, the printing, yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting like backwards E's,
Yeah.
lemonade
Couple
stand.
lowercase, couple uppercase.
That's right.
Yeah.
You actually have a really nice handwriting.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh?
Yeah, we should get that on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Ones. But yeah, so basically, for you guys listening, we wrote down like 4 big areas where you can volunteer, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna name a few, give you guys some ideas, but yeah, you got to think outside the box. Yeah, our view of volunteering, at least, I think it's our view, is like you shouldn't just like throw a sandwich at a homeless guy and call it a day.
No,
Right.
I think you got to do something like that resonates with you, right?
Yeah, totally. Something that like you're passionate about.
Yeah.
That you maybe have done in the past. Like you said, you've played hockey, so you
Yeah.
start coaching hockey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like recruiters will catch on to that as well, right? Like if they see that you've done, 1 hour volunteer events maybe 3 times this year, and this year is the only time you've ever done it,
Yeah.
they know, right? You're just
Yeah.
kind of trying to pad your resume in a way.
Exactly. Like I don't think you can just do it just to throw it on the resume so it looks good. Like
Yeah.
we're saying, like it's got to resonate with you and like you got to keep doing more and more of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you got to enjoy doing it. Like it costs you nothing. It's just your time, right?
Yeah.
You feel good and it helps the community, it helps people around you. Like
Yeah.
volunteering's huge.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like if you're putting in your time, why not do it for something that you're like passionate about, that you like?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, if you're listening to this and you're like, well, where should I volunteer? I don't know, like what I need to do on my resume to volunteer. Basically, like these things that we'll talk about will help you on your resume for one, make you better at your job too. Maybe that's the first point because that's
Yeah.
a big
Interchangeable.
point. Yeah. And also it'll set you up for the interview process because you can talk about these things.
Yeah.
Right. Once the interview hits. So what do we got? The first one. So the first one we got on there, number 1, direct medical and emergency experience.
Yeah. Like your volunteer departments, your search and rescues, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like for us, we had, we were volunteering at the same place.
Yeah.
And I think that got you ready for when we made the jump to career, like it
Mhm.
really set you up well.
Yeah.
And then it also stressed the importance of volunteering, like how pivotal like it has to be. And
Yeah.
you're not, even when we were volunteer firefighters, like all the events that you're doing,
Mhm.
volunteering within it.
Within the volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of understand really the culture is very much a volunteer culture.
For sure.
Right. And even like volunteer firefighter, I think something like 75% of North America is volunteer.
Yeah,
Right. So,
probably.
if you're going from volunteer to career, yeah, there's still that huge aspect of volunteering.
Yeah.
And if you're missing like culture, if you're missing hands-on experience with firefighting, tool experience, all that stuff, like this is what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Volunteer firefighting, search and rescue. What else did we write down? St. John's ambulance. Yeah, anything that has to do with like high stress environments, thinking on the spot,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, right? Because again, it'll just go back to firefighting,
Yeah.
right? Number 2, hands-on mechanical aptitude.
Yeah, that's like your Habitat for Humanity, your local disaster cleanup, stuff like that. Like, remember,
Yeah.
I can't remember how many years ago, but like the Abbotsford floods,
Right.
right? Like going and helping out with that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't live in the neighborhood, but I can appreciate, they need help. And
Yeah, all hands on deck kind
Yeah.
of thing. And yeah, for our Australian clients listening to this, or just Australian listeners, like Australia has Disaster Relief Australia, DRA, and they actually came to our property there during the fires.
Yeah.
They had some big ripping fires, and like they come by, they chainsaw a bunch of trees that are like dead or about, widowmaker type of deal,
Yeah.
help fix fencing, so it's like hands-on stuff. You're helping the community.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're getting tools, hands-on tool knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the thing. Like, how many people do their 1001 training and just start applying and
Yeah.
don't have a refresher in tools or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's a great way to even gain more skill
Yeah.
besides from just giving back.
Yeah, 100%. Like you do your 10-1s and then 3 years later you're in front of a chainsaw and they're like, okay, like start this thing up
Yeah.
and tell us everything you know. And like,
Yeah, I touched it one time 3 years ago.
yeah. So if you do these things, like, yeah, if you're lacking mechanical knowledge, these kind of volunteer events are huge, right? Just get your hands on tools because there's always going to be somebody needing labor somewhere.
For
right?
sure.
This is good for all you like out there doing office jobs or retail or whatever. We actually do need to get on hands on some tools. Yeah.
Plus, like doing like a little bit something out of your element, a little more diverse,
Mhm.
right? Like if you're, like you said, like if you're sitting in an office all day and you don't really have that hands-on like stuff, like it's completely different than your normal job.
Yeah.
So it's nice to do something a little different.
Yeah. You're outside tuning the elements.
Yeah.
Pouring rain, whatever, sun. Yeah. That's good. Community service, buddy. Number 3.
Yeah. That's like your homeless shelters, your food banks, stuff like that.
Yes. This is actually like throwing sandwiches at homeless, but for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but this is good. Like again, be like passionate about what you're doing, right? So obviously if your community is like in need of that, definitely help.
Yeah.
Right. I just find that like homeless shelters and food banks, like community services, what we have here is kind of like a cop out for a lot of people.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think a lot of people do it because they think that it's gonna sound good or look good.
Mhm.
But like if you're in front of an interview panel and they say, okay, what did you do? And you say, oh, I stood there for an hour and a half and I gave out, soup and sandwiches.
Yeah.
Well, like you went one time and did that? Like,
Yeah.
do you really feel passionate about that, or do you want to just slap it on your resume?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. And like how much actual impact are you making out there?
Yeah.
Not saying don't do that. Like it's obviously helpful, but like, yeah, you need to have some sort of passion behind it. For one, like we said earlier, it just helps you volunteer more because if you're passionate about it, you're going to put in more of your time.
For
right?
sure.
You're not getting anything out of it other than just like knowing that you're doing something well,
Yeah.
right? Or you're doing a good thing. So yeah.
You can't go into it with like the mindset like this is gonna look good on the resume. Like,
Exactly.
this is gonna be make or break. Like,
Yeah.
Like we're saying, like you gotta want to do this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of people I know, even on our job, that, they worked in like, what do you call them? Like shelters and things like that.
Yeah.
So then they wanted to continue that through volunteering and go to homeless shelters, food banks, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So they're passionate about that. Or maybe their neighborhood is really affected by it. So that they do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You have to be passionate about it because if it does come up in an interview, and sometimes those questions do come up, like what's a volunteer event that you did that's close to your heart?
Yeah.
Right.
They asked me that, and yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I used my Canuck Place one.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like,
Yeah.
it was a long story I tried to condense, right?
Mhm.
Like I didn't want to be like could talk about for an hour, but
Yeah, which is good. You want to be
Yeah.
able to talk about it for as long as possible.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot easier to condense answers in your interview than it is to broaden them on the spot.
Yeah, stumble
Right.
through it.
Yeah. And yeah, if you're passionate about something, you should be able to talk about it for hours.
Yeah.
One sec. Again, we write all our notes down because we kind of go off topic. Today we've actually been pretty good.
So far, so good. There's
yeah,
still time.
there's
Still time.
yeah. Oh yeah, crisis hotlines, victim services. That was also part of the community services stuff. So that's like, again, that kind of high intensity problem solving, dealing with people that are distraught,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah, good to get into. If you don't have any exposure to that kind of world, we highly suggest you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because then, like, you know what you're getting into with the job as well,
Yeah.
right? That doesn't just stop with volunteering. Like, you at homeless shelters, you're going to be going to those shelters possibly on the job. And dealing
For
with
sure, especially if you volunteer in a certain area and then you get hired in that city.
it. Mhm.
Like there's a good chance you'll be back there.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to know the city more. You understand its problems. Again, something more to talk about in your interview. And yeah, you're not going to have that shock, that shell shock, right?
Yeah.
So it is good. And then the last thing we had on here was mentorship and leadership. So that's kind of what you were saying before, where you're doing youth hockey,
Yeah.
sports.
That's like your coaching. Like that's a big one for people, big brother, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For me, like I was saying, like I coached for just about 6 years there.
Yeah.
So basically what happened was as soon as you're turned 21, you're done, like you're off to men's league hockey,
Right.
right? Unless you're playing somewhere pro somewhere.
Right.
So for me, it was like I ended up aging out, they call it, and then the team didn't have a coach. Nobody wanted to coach it.
Huh.
So, and I knew I wanted to coach, and I thought, I'll coach the team I used to play for.
Yeah.
And then ended up doing that for 6 years.
Nice.
Did it with Big Bro. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I was actually, speaking of big bros, big brothers is something that I was actually a part of on the receiving end when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it was kind of impactful that way. And yeah, like those kind of mentorship positions, volunteering, like it does make a difference.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was a good time. I remember going to like a Canadians game, baseball game, and
Yeah.
just eating a giant hot dog.
The yard dog.
The yard dog. Yeah. Kind of want one right now, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's like, but it's crazy because like you remember it
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
like from when you were a kid.
Yeah, exactly. It was, it's a while back. And they had these like little what do you call them, like a ice cream, but it was in like a plastic.
Oh, the
baseball-
dots or whatever.
No, it was like what do you call I don't even know, like the batting helmets, I guess, like the big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like a plastic cup. There was a helmet.
Oh yeah.
And it had nice ice cream in there.
Yeah.
And you just eat it out of this bucket.
See, but like if somebody didn't volunteer at Big Brothers, like you would never have these experiences.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you wouldn't remember it.
Yeah, maybe I'd be skinnier if I wasn't thinking of hot dogs and ice cream all the
You
time.
feed a hot dog and some ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually screwed me over.
You didn't say you had to do it into adulthood. I think that's where it went wrong.
You never mentored me in adulthood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it failed. But yeah, these are all great. And that's like another thing too, like Big Brother coaching, like you can't just do it for an hour, right?
No.
You have to spend some time with the people.
Yeah.
And also you're dealing with different age groups. Like we had a client actually just recently who he does like, I think grade 2, he coaches grade 2s.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he teaches high schoolers as well.
Yeah.
And then he was asking like how he can, be a little more well-rounded. Like, well, why don't you like work with, geriatrics, for example,
Yeah.
or, women's shelters. So then, you can work with kids, you can work with teenagers, you can work with the elderly,
Yeah.
you can, work with women in vulnerable situations where, yeah, you're going to see it on the job, right?
For sure.
And being able to manage that and understand where they're coming from, understand their problems, their issues, like,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Kind of opens your eyes to everyone else's, right?
Yeah.
Like when I was volunteering at Canuck Place, like if people don't know what it is, there's a house in Vancouver. There's one in Abbotsford now too, but a lot of the children there are terminally ill,
Right.
right? So my job there I was they call it a family support role.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really directly with the children as much
Mm-hmm.
as with their siblings.
Right.
So let's say a child goes in and they're needing to get some procedures done. Well, the whole family moves into one of the houses.
Right.
And so it could be like brother, sister, mom, and dad. So when they're off, dealing with the child, the siblings are at the house. And yeah, the amount of times like you're hanging out with like a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And it's like, what do you guys want to do? It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to paint your nails. It's like, you know what, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
already have black polish on it. But you can paint over that.
Yeah, it's like I had like an armful of tattoos. They're like, I want to take Sharpie and fill it in. I was like, sure, do whatever you want.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, just kind of give them back, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good time.
That's good, man.
I want to start going back there again and volunteering.
Yeah, right. Just talking about it and something you're
Yeah.
passionate. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
want to
and
do
like
it.
like we were saying, like eye opening. Like
Yeah.
every time I came home from my like 4 or 6 hour shift, like I would be like, my problems aren't that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
True.
know, you see what other families are going through, and like the siblings, and
Yeah.
you know the kids on the program, the parents, and what they're going through. And it's like,
Yeah.
you go home, you're like, my problems aren't bad.
Yeah.
So it's super eye opening.
Yeah, it is, man. It was the same thing with me in a way. Like I was a burn survivor. Like I had boiling water just dropped on my arm here.
Yeah.
So like what I'm passionate about obviously is the burn fund and all that kind of stuff, right? So I volunteered with the burn fund, but like going in there, it's like, okay, well I have a little bit of a scar on my arm from when I was 2 years old, but these kids are like permanently scarred,
Yeah.
you know? And yeah, again, it just kind of puts it into perspective. It's like, okay, well my life is pretty good. I'm still able to do what I want to do, you know? Yeah, just a humbling experience.
For sure. Humbling, yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's good, man. But yeah, those were kind of like the 4 things we had. I wrote down a couple of things here as well, Brandon. Basically, like how you can use these things for an interview. Okay. So I'm not going to show it to you. I'm just going to see kind of what you think.
Sure.
Just going to spitball a bit. Okay. So like what I wrote down was stressful situation questions, working with a team, tight deadlines.
Yeah.
How do you think you would be able to answer that with like having volunteer experience with fire department, search and rescue, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think you can pull from, like, if you do a variety of volunteering, it's always good, and then you can pull from the variety. So like stressful situations volunteering, you can go to volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
You know, you can go to some calls you've been on there.
Yeah.
Or you can go to, like I was saying, like Canuck Place. You know, having sick kids there and dealing with that, and the traumas that their families are going through, and you're kind of beside them for the 4 or 6 hours, and you're helping them out in those situations.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I mean, it's very similar to firefighting in a way. You're there for somebody's potentially worst day in a sense, right? Or you're trying to make them feel better or feel comfortable. Just trying to better the situation, right? So it's good. And yeah, if you have these things, you know, if you have gone on calls with a volunteer department, search and rescue, if you've done ski patrol and someone, you know, shattered their femur or something, like these are things that you can definitely bring up in your interview. And
for sure,
if you haven't volunteered at all, then you don't just like lose all those answers for your interview, but you just lose kind of ability to be a better firefighter in a way, right? Because you can't relate to those questions in a way.
Especially like your interview, like if you only have one area where you can draw from, you're gonna sound super repetitive, and you're just gonna be more one-dimensional.
Yeah, and that happens, right? Like if you have done nothing but be a volunteer firefighter, which it's a great thing to volunteer for, but if that's all you've done, then you're going to pigeonhole yourself into only being able to answer questions about that, right? Or same thing if you only had like one job in your life or self-employed, you have to be able to draw from different aspects. The other one I had on here was like, so for mechanical aptitude, like we've seen those questions on the interview as well. Right? Like tell us a time that you have solved the problem from start to finish. How did you do it? Right? Or like what's a mechanical issue that you've encountered that you've solved?
Or
right?
Even like list out all the tools you've used. Like if you're, you know, if you have a job that's not very hands-on, maybe have 4 or 5 tools that you've used. Whereas like if you're volunteering with all these, you know, Habitats for Humanity or you know, volunteer firefighting, like you're gonna have your hands on multiple tools every day. So you'll be able to be more familiar and comfortable with it.
Or tools like that are super specialized that they haven't even heard of it on the interview panel or something, right? If you can just say like keyboard, then you're kind of screwed. Like for that part. But same thing with like community services that we had there, number 3, like homeless shelters and stuff. Like you can get questions that are like, how do you deal with disgruntled customers? Or, you know, how did you show compassion? How did you de-escalate a situation? Right? Working in a homeless shelter, you're probably going to de-escalate a few situations.
For sure.
So again, tools in a toolbox, great to have if you're on a call and somebody's disgruntled. Right? And that's what recruiters want to find out. They want to be like, how will this person be in a situation?
Have they done it before? How can they deal with it? And how did they deal with it?
How did they deal with it? Can they be put into that situation again? How are they going to thrive in this environment, all
Yeah.
that stuff. So yeah, volunteering is a huge part of our job. And yeah, continuing on, right? Time you overcame a difficult group of people. Another thing I wrote down here, time your team succeeded or failed, how'd you deal with it? Like these are all very standard interview questions,
Oh yeah.
right? And like if you have coaching, and these are almost gimmies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I remember drawing on coaching I tried not to do all coaching.
Yeah.
Like I tried to be diverse, especially with all the volunteering that I did. But yeah, like that was like a layup one for if you were a coach.
Right.
Tell us the time your team failed or, how you were a part of it.
Yeah.
And like whether you were, part of the team or it was when you were coaching
Yeah.
and, like you're gonna take some ownership of what happened
For sure.
if you failed because you win as a team and you lose as a team.
For sure. And even like things like martial arts and sports that you think is only one person, like tennis, it's still a team. You still have coaches, you still have people who mentor you, right? So again, that's something the recruiters want to see. Like, how do you visualize a team? And like
Yeah.
you said, do you take that responsibility? Do you take that ownership when the team fails?
Yeah.
Even as a coach, right? So yeah, it's all great things to have. So that's like the big takeaway is like, don't just do something just for the sake of doing it. Like volunteer for something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's it though. Like it has to have some meaning to you. It
Yeah.
can't just be words on a resume.
Yeah. And if you're in a situation where, okay, maybe you have, kids, 3 jobs, super busy, you can only put in like an hour a week, still make it like something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So if they ask like, how come you volunteered, only for an hour this month or the past year, you can still be passionate about it, still talk about it.
Yeah.
And, tell the recruiters, let them know. Cause yeah, when you're applying it's very time restricted, right?
For sure.
Yeah, you're busy with stuff and they'll understand that. It's just like there's a huge difference between volunteering for an hour for something that you don't care about and then volunteering for an hour for something that you're super passionate about.
Yeah.
Right. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Think outside the box. Like outside of these 4, like what else do you think is out there that people can potentially volunteer for?
I mean, like you can do anything. Like you
Yeah.
can go online and look up volunteers needed.
Yeah, true.
And there's a list of places that are always actively looking for volunteers, like
Yeah.
Rock Dog.
Right.
Like they're a company, like they do music festivals and stuff like that. And
Yeah. Marathons and
yeah, like
yeah.
you can go out there and you can, if you have some first aid background, do that. Like the Mission Raceway, like they're
Yeah.
looking for people there. Like,
Yeah.
there's always ways to give back, and if you really do want to volunteer, it's like the internet's a click away.
Yeah.
You
True.
can find so many opportunities.
True. Especially like wherever you live, like I was saying with Australia, like EVA there, DRA, like they're just all volunteers and they get paid to fly out all over Australia and help people. It's
Yeah.
like people will actually get you to the volunteer spot if you want to put your time in
Yeah.
and stuff, right? So yeah, it's huge, man. Even like you said, if you have medical background, like do these things, but even if you're like lacking medical, if you think like, okay, I need to be better at some medical stuff, like
Yeah.
that's a perfect thing to
For
do too.
sure.
So yeah, just think outside the box and track your progress is another thing we have on here. Just, who supervised you, how many hours. Good to have those references sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you can recount. I think if you write it down, it's easier to recall on it too, right?
Yeah.
Like if you say, oh, I volunteered, 5 hours at, this music festival. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you had, 10 incidences
Mm-hmm.
with, helping people and you had this, and this.
Yeah.
And you can actually go back and you can think about and you can draw on that.
Totally. Yeah. Once you actually have that on paper and once you're drawing from it, that can come up on your interview as well. You'll be more likely to remember it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I think the volunteering thing, like where, it looks good on your resume, it makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing is like as soon as you make that jump and you do get hard career, like
Yeah.
you can't honestly look at your interview panel and say, I love volunteering.
Yeah.
And then you get the job and you never do anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you have to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Like you can't just blatantly lie and be like, oh yeah, like love volunteering, do this, and this, and you get the job and then all of a sudden you stop volunteering.
Yeah. Well, it's like courses as well, right? Like, oh yeah, I got all these courses for firefighting. And then you get on, it's like, yeah, I don't need to study anymore. I know everything kind of thing, right? It's just that continuous improvement and bettering yourself and everyone
Definitely.
around you. As I say that, I had to cancel volunteering this morning because just timing issues. But yeah, like I still try to get out there. I have a volunteer event next week.
Yeah.
I try to get up to. And
Yeah, I'm doing the World Police Fire Games and
yeah,
nice,
man.
Doing all the fundraising and like the volunteer work for that. And like I'm putting in 30, 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
It's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were both still kind of involved with our volunteer department there for a while as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah, I was the president of the charitable, and then
Yeah.
I did a little bit after, and handing it over and getting the guys ready for
yeah,
the next one. But
yeah, we probably put in good thousands of hours down there
oh yeah,
easily. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, even after we got hired. Don't that's one thing that maybe we should mention. Like if you're on probation, just be careful like where you're volunteering. If it's like a ski hill or something dangerous, like or even volunteer firefighting, like you probably
yeah,
shouldn't, right? Just make sure your department's good with it and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was like at our volunteer department, I wasn't doing any shifts or anything like that. It was
Mhm.
just more transitioning over and
Yeah.
getting everything set up.
Well, charitable is a little bit different, right? You're not putting on a
Yeah.
helmet and turnouts
Yeah,
and going
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Thankfully, Francesco's a wizard.
Yeah, he is. He's got his greasy gold chain out right now.
Yeah.
And it's got to be something in the family because you and I've talked about it before. You and Adamo love gold chains. And, I respect that. Yeah, that's Italian. In you. Nice. Yeah, we have to get Brendan and Francesco onto our website for pictures,
Yeah.
just so people see they're real people and they're not. Yeah, but you should definitely wear that chain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got to get Francesco like the Joe Rogan. Like, hey, can you pull that up for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need more stuff here. We're running lean on
Yeah.
equipment.
Can you
Yeah.
pull this up? Pull that up?
Yeah. It'll be good. But
We'll just ask him for now, and he'll just pretend to pull something up.
yeah, that's
Make it look a little more official.
yeah, that's your volunteering. Just giving back to FGC. But yeah, buddy, that's kind of all we had for that.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks? Any
Oh, like we were saying, like just get out there, volunteer, and make it something that you're passionate about, something you actually want to be
Mhm.
doing. Like,
Oh, one thing I forgot. There are a lot of things out there that you can only do for like maybe an hour or a day a year.
Yeah.
I know guys are passionate about, not having drunk drivers on their streets during Christmas.
Yeah.
So there's,
Yeah.
they can be designated drivers for people on Christmas. So like that's awesome. That obviously only comes once a year kind of thing. But if that's what you're passionate about and that's out there, like
Yeah.
definitely go for it.
I forget what it's called.
Red Nose?
Yeah, Operation Red Nose.
Yeah. So and this is just our community that we're talking about, but obviously you guys, like Brent said, like it's a click away. Just look in your own local community. And if you're applying to, like, we also have a bunch of clients who are like, I just want this city or this department.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is fair.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
But then volunteer for that department.
Yeah.
Get involved early so then when you get to that interview panel, you can actually show them that, yeah, you're serious about this place. And
Yeah.
you want to contribute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it definitely helps to volunteer within the city that you're applying to, especially like you're saying, like if you just want that one city, that's your
Mhm.
number one and one only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get active and involved in that city then.
Yeah. Show everybody that, yeah, you want it, right?
Definitely.
Awesome, buddy. Well, yeah, it was great having you on.
Yeah.
Can't wait
You
for
see
more.
more and more of me.
Oh yeah, well, Adamo's leg is not getting any less shattered.
No.
So. So we'll be doing this a lot more, and yeah, I'm looking forward to upcoming episodes. I think we'll be doing a lot more recruitment stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of guests we have coming up, and
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. No, we got a bunch of questions that people probably want answered.
Yeah. We'll definitely fire those off, and yeah, till the next one.
Until next time.
Bye.